Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Doll, a Japanese movie from 2009 that stars Bae Du-na. It was directed by Hirokazu Koreeda. Middle-aged Hideo lives alone with an inflatable sex doll he calls Nozomi, played by Bae Du-na. The doll is his closest companion. He dresses her, talks to her over dinner, takes her out for walks in his wheelchair, and has sex with her, yes. But while Hideo is at work, Nozomi comes to life. She dresses in her maid's outfit and explores the world outside their apartment with wonder. She takes a job in a video store and becomes romantically involved with one of the employees, Junichi. So this film opens with this man, Hideo, as he runs some errands during a rainstorm and goes home. And our first shot of this doll is an actual human-sized doll, not Bae Du-na. So the filmmakers want to drive home that this is, in fact, a sex doll. In any case, this guy has a conversation with this doll, actually just talking with himself, because the doll is inanimate when it's in his presence. And then he has sex with the doll and subsequently cleans her plastic insides. Kind of disgusting when you think about it, but this is the premise of the movie, folks. But thankfully, Bae Du-na quickly enters the film at that point when the doll comes alive, okay? And we actually do not see the plastic doll very much after that moment, which is probably a good thing. Later on, though, this man actually takes his doll out on dates outside of his apartment, rolls her around in that wheelchair the plot synopsis was talking about, chats with her on park benches in public, and there is some insight, though, into his specific reasons for why he chose the sex doll. There are a few lines of dialogue during the middle of the film that are quite important, and this is something that may become more popular in real life, especially when we consider the technological advances in artificial intelligence of late, which theoretically could be installed within a sex robot in the future. It's getting kind of weird out here, folks. So if this premise creeps you out, you may still want to watch this movie. Doll is mainly like a fish out of water scenario, because the doll's knowledge of humanity and the world is very limited near the beginning, requiring her to explore and experience life. And the doll's mentality is very innocent, and she has a sense of wonder while she explores humanity. Early on, she kind of wanders the streets and interacts with all different kinds of people, including some children. She has a discussion about poems with an old man in the park. There is some wholesome content in this, despite the premise being somewhat perverted. So don't go into this expecting like an exploitation film or anything. It really is not like that at all. Not a lot of story or plotting. This is mostly character interaction, but it works. The tone is fairly light during the opening half, actually. Outside of a few of the, dodgy sex scenes. But there are some more serious, melancholy, and even darker moments during the second half. Doll does touch upon some serious topics and social issues, such as loneliness, a topic that Japanese cinema has explored for decades at this point, but this issue has been spreading worldwide in real life with advances in technology. So this movie, I think, is actually more relevant in 2025 than it was back in 2009. I think this film actually ages pretty well. Bae Du-na is great as always. Her body movements are similar to how a doll would move, especially early on, and this includes her eyes. She gradually becomes more human as the film rolls along, and she adapts her movements accordingly. Very good job in this. This is actually the second Japanese movie we've covered recently with the Korean actress Bae Du-na in it. The other was Linda, and I think it was a good decision for this actress to hop into some Japanese films because it expanded her career and gave her filmography more variety. But yes, viewer beware that Doll does have a pretty healthy amount of nudity and some sexual content. But, if you can handle it, you'll be fine. I think most normal viewers will be able to handle this. It doesn't get too crazy. But I enjoyed this, and I recommend it. If you're in the mood for something a little bit different, that has like a mix of wholesome and a little bit darker elements to it, this is good. Good flick, especially if you're a fan of Koreeda and you somehow missed this one in his filmography. It's currently available streaming on YouTube and Tubi, so it's very easy to find. And as always, folks, I'll see you next time.